Dear viewers, welcome to Tell It As It Is TV. We'll be bringing you ancient and modern true life stories with graphic images.
Please note that characters and some environs are fictional.
The link to the part 1 of this story is on the description section. Do follow up to catch up. Akua was dismayed and flabbergasted as she left Prophetess Afiba's office that very Sunday. On getting to the car park, she met the duo of Blessing and Catherine in a somber mood. She wanted to get into her car and just drove off, but she summoned courage as she approached them. "I saw you two in my dreams, Blessing and Catherine." She wanted to continue, but Blessing interjected. "Are you coming from Mommy Afiba's office?" Akua is surprised. "Yes, how did you know?" "Then it's not just a dream, but our new reality, like Mommy Afiba said. We have been marked and chosen," Catherine added. Akua stood before her reflection, her once vibrant eyes now clouded with an unsettling new depth. It had been weeks since the dream, weeks since she met Blessing and Catherine at the river. The dream had felt so real, the Supreme Mermaid's words echoing in her mind even now. "You are ours now. Bring us more. Bring us souls." The morning after her initiation, she had felt a shift within her. It was subtle at first, a soft pull toward the darker corners of her mind, toward desires she had even known. She didn't resist, neither did Blessing nor Catherine. The Marine War's power had overtaken them all, leaving them helpless in its wake. She was about leaving the house when she saw her husband Kofi doing her laundry as he was about to put her underwears inside the washing machine. "Kofi, since when have you ever seen me washing my underwears with washing machine?" Akua screaming on top of her voice. "I am sorry, my dear wife. I never knew that, as I have never done your laundry before." "That is because you don't know anything rather than eating my food in this house." She gave him a smack, shaking her butt as she walks away. Blessing had always been more outspoken of the trio. Before her initiation, she was a devoted wife, managing her small boutique in the local market. But now, her business had flourished beyond what anyone could have imagined. Customers came in waves, and her wealth grew exceptionally. She had taken control of her household, regretting her husband, once a proud and hard-working man, to the role of a house husband. "Michael," Blessing called out one evening, her voice dripping with the authority that now came naturally to her. "Make sure the children are bathed before I get home. I don't want to repeat myself." Michael nodded submissively. It was as if the fire in his spirit had been extinguished, leaving behind a man who barely recognized himself. He cleaned the house, prepared the meals, and tended to the children, while Blessing's influence grew both in her home and in Prophetess Afiba's ministry. Catherine was no different. Her once quiet and reserved demeanor had morphed into something far more powerful, almost predatory. She too flourished in her business, her once struggling restaurant now the most popular in the city. Her husband, Kwame, had succumbed to the same fate as Kofi and Michael, trapped in an invisible web of submission, doing dishes in her wife's restaurant and running errands for her, even as far as going to the local markets to shop for food items. The three women, Akua, Blessing, and Catherine, had been overpowered by the marine world, and the pool of sin had rooted deep within their souls. There was no turning back. The Supreme Mermaid's command was clear: bring more souls, and they obeyed without hesitation, their guilt drowned by the power that now coursed through them. Prophetess Afiba, seeing the trio's swift obedience, smiled with satisfaction. Her ministry had grown rapidly, and the blessings bestowed upon her chosen women were unmatched. The husbands of these women, rendered powerless and purposeless, were mere collateral damage. What mattered was the soul being pulled into the marine queendom, ensuring her influence extended far and wide. Within 2 years, Afiba's ministry had outgrown its small beginnings. The new church, a towering structure of glass and marble, stood proud in the heart of the city. It was a symbol of her spiritual and financial success, and people from all walks of life flocked to her services, midweek worship, and grand Sunday ceremonies. No longer just a ministry, Afiba's church became a beacon of hope for those seeking wealth, power, and influence, though few understood the true source of these blessings. Akua, Blessing, and Catherine continued their work in silence. They lured unsuspected women to Prophet Afiba's gatherings, promising prosperity, marital bliss, and business success. They watched as their victims slowly succumbed to the same spiritual trap that had ensnared them. Each new soul added to the marine queendom brought a new sense of power, but also a deeper plunge into darkness. Akua, however, sometimes found herself questioning this new life. There were nights when she would lie awake, watching her husband, Kofi, sleeping beside her. He was no longer the man she had married. The marine world's hold on her was strong, but somewhere deep within her heart, a spark of resistance flickered. She wasn't sure how long it would last, or if she even wanted it to. The trio's lives were entangled in the ever-growing empire of Prophetess Afiba Afia. More women were initiated into the marine world, and more men became shadows of their former selves. The spiritual warfare raged on unseen, but for now, Afiba and her followers flourished under the weight of sin and power.
The question remained: how long before this darkness would consume everything? Find out how the mysteries unraveled in Part 3. Please subscribe to our channel. Share your comment on the comment section. Like and share.